Today we're joined by Ash at the Andre House. The Andre House has been in Phoenix since 1984, and they do amazing work. And times right now are tough, just like everywhere else. So we're excited to bring on Ash and hear their story and how you can help their organization.
Thank you so much for having me and for reaching out. We really appreciate it. This has been just a remarkable and stressful and somewhat overwhelming experience for all of us. We went from having those 30 volunteers to having 5 to 7 of us who are there every day of the week except for Friday, still trying to provide 800 meals, providing clothing and making sure that we're cleaning the restrooms enough. That being said, it's been so amazing to see how people have stepped up with their generosity. So one of the things that we have shifted from is that before the virus, every meal was made by our volunteers and our staff. After 2 weeks of cooking, the 6 of us realized that wasn't sustainable. As someone who personally attempted to cook 1,000 pancakes myself, I learned that this maybe wasn't a sustainable model for us, given we have no sense of how long this could all continue. So financial contributions have been really, really critical and have now allowed us to develop a neat partnership with some small businesses. The night before, we had a small family that is usually at the Phoenix Public Market, make us 700 burritos. And it was really beautiful to see the reciprocity there. We were able to provide them with some revenue to keep their small business alive. And our guests are getting some really darn good food out of it. So that's another huge shift in what we normally do.
That's amazing stories there. I love to hear that. I know at the Andre House, you have a consistent menu every single day of the week. But now your clients and your guests are now getting a little bit of change from the daily menu or the weekly menu. So how would somebody give specifically? What's the path? How do they give you money?
Yeah, the best way to give would be to visit us at www.andrehouse.org. You'll see an option at the top of the screen which says ways to give and provides very detailed instructions. There's a link to just give money to us. There is that donate goods section where if you want to give goods or you feel called to give something, you're able to do that. There's a link to the Amazon wish list. That website is absolutely the best way for you to be able to give to us.
Wonderful. Have you seen some glimmers of hope, and do you have anything you could share that you've experienced over the last few weeks?
Yeah, one particular thing which sticks out to me, and a lot of it is due to the generosity of the Thunderbirds. Last weekend, we had our clothing closet closed for the last 2 weeks because we didn't have enough time to go through all of the donations. We did not have enough men's clothing. And yesterday, we decided that we were going to do it 2 people at a time. With respect to social distancing, we were going to open our clothing closet and let people come in and shop for clothes. And for the first time in months, our racks were full with men's clothing. If you donate a blanket, there will be an individual who will use that blanket tonight or tomorrow night, and it'll keep them warm. If you give shoes, it will give someone shoes where they can walk to all the places they need to go. So your gifts are really appreciated, and often we're able to see that love in action.
We've been down to the Andre House a few times. I've been down there, I think, 3 or 4 times this year. And when we reached out a couple weeks ago, you specifically said men's clothing, men's shoes, and blankets, and the Thunderbirds. I think we ended up a little over 150 bags and boxes that our organization was able to put together in just a couple days. And really, I think sometimes people are looking for a way to give. You know, we simply just sent out an email to our organization and said, this is the needs of the Andre House. And 48 hours later, we really had more than we ever expected, so much that we had to go get a Sprinter van and fill it up. And I think anybody that goes down to that Human Services campus area where you're housed, you see the need very, very quickly. Ash, I just want to say on behalf of the Thunderbirds and everybody in the community, thank you for what you're doing. This is a hard time for everybody. Nobody is insulated from this COVID-19 crisis. We all hope that it passes sooner than later, but it brings a lot of uncertainty. And you're certainly bringing some stability and certainty to 750 to 1,000 people a day that need some hope and need some good things happening. So congratulations to you and all the staff at Andre House. And we're honored to highlight what you do and hope to spread the word, and hopefully that brings in a few more dollars so you can continue on strong.